Welcome to Surf Dudes with Attitude, a podcast about California dreams. I'm very stoked right now. We have a super special secret episode that we've been cooking for a while tonight. And I want to welcome my guest hosts, James and George. Thank you so much for being back.
Let's just get into it.
Yeah, get into it. I'm really excited.
Here's the guest.
We want to finally welcome to the Surf Dudes with Attitude family, Michael Cade. Thank you so much for being our second big cast member to actually talk to us.
Bro, if that's the introduction I get, I'm leaving right now.
We're slow rolling it over
Winkle,
here.
man. What the fuck?
Dude, you are the OG. You are one of the only few characters that have been through every single episode of California Dreams.
That
a
is
true
true.
line. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you with your shirt on.
Yeah.
I'll take it off.
Honestly, I have so many questions for how ripped you were back those times, and I'm assuming that you still are because I'm still seeing a little cut.
It's funny you say that. I probably haven't worked out in about 2 years because I'm really into golf and I was just getting too tight.
Sure.
But for the last 4 months, I'm back heavily and I'm hanging in there with the 20-year-old.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Love
good.
that.
Nice.
Yep, I'm hanging in there, boys.
Yeah, I just changed programs, so I'm starting to get into it more
George,
myself.
you're like 10 push-ups away from being a young Marlon Brando over there. You are just so ready. So close.
Keep talking.
We were briefly talking before we started recording, and I'm glad we're saving this. You were just saying how you've seen us through the years, and you were hesitant about coming on the show. Can you unpack that just a tiny bit?
Well, again, I'm the biggest, when I say the biggest, jokester, shit talker. I could take it and I can give it. So
Yes.
I saw a lot of shit talking and I saw a lot of, giving and receiving, but all in fun, man. I took it with a grain of salt and I love it. I mean, please bring it. I love it.
I
Dude, I love
appreciate
that.
that because we tried to draw a line where we weren't going to attack cast members. Like the writing is like cheesy 90s stuff. So,
Oh my God. My first line ever was "the early bird gets the worm."
It's something a teenager always says.
Dude, yeah. I'm like, what, huh? I'm like, okay. But no, man, I love it.
I appreciate that. We do so much work kind of behind the scenes, and we're not devoting like 10 hours a week on this podcast to something that we hate, and we didn't want to start it just to shit all over it. It's like we actually like it. This inspired me to start playing music. Like, it was a part of my childhood. I have introduced new people to it. So I appreciate that you could get the joke. And when we interviewed Jay, it was kind of the same thing. He was like, I can give it, I can take it, I get what you guys are doing. But I just want to say, I always thought that like you and like William, like you might be the only people on the show that knew what show you were on. And you always brought it. You never phoned it in. And that's like, you're consistently kind of the most entertaining people on the show. And you do so much with so little that is given to you. So,
well, anytime you want me to come back, I will now.
I love that.
We did that. I'm in. No, like, absolutely. And I appreciate that because we were the comedic relief. And for my character, there was no boundaries. I got to, to play Sly and go so big, it's rare. And just to, to make an imprint that the way I hopefully did means the world to me, man. And to make somebody laugh and to hear even the writers after they wrote it laughing their asses off, even though they're supposed to. But no, they were genuine and they would come to us and be like, oh my God, you brought so much to it. And that's what I tried to do. I mean, I had no shame in the game.
I just had no shame, end of sentence. And we appreciate that.
Yep.
Like, was there a part that were you like, did you ever come to them and say, I have an idea?
All the time. They were like, shut up already.
Did you give yourself a backstory? Because we have so many questions about, like, are you like a latchkey kid? What happened to you as a child that made Sly like such a sociopath?
Good question. Yeah, I mean, I grew up, first of all, I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
You cannot get by unless you have thick skin and shit talk and give it and take it.
For sure.
That was my go-to. So when I read this, I'm like, I could do this in my sleep. And then they're like, okay, Mike, take it back a little bit, But no, I mean, being an East Coaster, I mean, you have to give and take it. and I take it to me to this day. And that's why I can read a room really well, and I know who's joking and who's not joking immediately. Like, you don't have to tell me you're joking. And when you do tell me you're joking, I'm almost insulted because I'm so many steps ahead, and I know that I got you, man. I'm with you.
No, I think it's a sign of a great joke when somebody has to explain why it's funny. I love that.
Yeah, that drives me nuts, though.
Well,
I was enjoying it, and then you're going to try to explain it.
Let me say it again.
Your Northeast background does make a lot of sense now. Now, seeing who you are as a character in the show, you are the Northeast energy, the Northeast comedy. Oh, there's a lot of things. Which is kind of crazy because
everybody's from California, and I'm bringing
kind of the. I didn't know that you were from New Jersey, but now that you've said that, makes a lot of sense. There's like an element of tough skin that you have to survive here.
Speaking of growing up in New Jersey,
I have a like my wife. She reads my text threads on my golf buddies. And anybody else would commit suicide. We go for the mother. We go for I mean, it's bad. And we've had people come and go in this group that just can't handle it.
They can't hang.
They cannot hang. And we don't sugarcoat. And it's sometimes you're like questioning yourself. You're like, damn, my God, man, this is pretty ruthless. But this is
you should redact all those if it ever gets released, is what you're saying.
If this was ever released.
I kind of want to take up golf now just to see if I can hang in your text thread.
My God.
George, you'd be a great caddy, I think, because you're working out again.
I want to do a golf show with my personality, because everybody's so with etiquette and, it's calm and it's, supposed to be a touch of class, and I want to bring the opposite.
Dude, I'll produce that if you want to do it.
Let's do it. I'm going to call it good enough and just go out there, and because I'm decent, so I can hold my own. But let's add what everybody would love to say on a golf course.
You did the show so long, you still have a really good attitude about it.
Oh yeah.
And how involved are you when these reunion shows kind of pop up? Are you in the planning? Are you just always down to clown?
Always down to clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always down. I mean, I'm here to, you guys should have, next time we do, I'll definitely reach out, and you guys should definitely come to one because it's so much fun.
I mean, I met you. We had a whole moment in New York. That was the apex of this podcast. Awesome. I met you and Aaron right after the show. I stole a set list from your show.
I love it.
But that was kind of, we decided to do the podcast because I'd been wanting to do this for 10 years, and then I just looked up if anybody else was doing it, and then I saw you guys were having a reunion. I was like, this is serendipitous, so we have to do it. And so we've been going on almost 2.5 years now, George, or something.
It's 2, I think. But
2 years. So
we'd love to come to one if we get any advance notice. We'd definitely do it.
And you know what's really, it's so crazy. And I kind of experienced something just the other day when we do a meet and greet, and they're in their 40s now, but I don't see a 40-year-old.
Yeah.
I see a teenager.
I bet.
Right, yeah. They shapeshift. They see me as they were in their teenage years or early 20s in their living room, and they're looking at me as a teenager or a young 20-year-old, and I could see it. And it's so crazy. It's so, there's no judgment. They're wide-eyed. They're appreciative and grateful, which I'm just reciprocating because it's so awesome to see.
Yeah. That's all the best parts of regression, and none of the overdone stuff with nostalgia, because that can be kind of a dangerous drug sometimes. And I think that's what all the hosts here, we've got are we doing this for nostalgia's sake? Are we doing it for the musician angle? But it's just, this show is it's not what it used to be. It's not so much about band stuff anymore. So we're digging deep, and we're still having a great time kind of talking about whatever pops up. So
it's crazy that how many people still remember and still are keeping it alive. And we're coming up with a possibly, I think it's a great idea, a new concept where maybe possibly we could make another show about a band, but maybe it's our kids. And
that'd be great.
I'm the manager, and Kelly's still, and Jenny, and so they can do a little bit of their music, but it's mostly about the kids. And let's bring back some more music.
You mean Girl Meets World did that, yeah?
Say again?
Girl Meets World was kind of the continuation of Boy Meets World.
Yeah, so that when everybody's watching, the parents are like, I used to watch them, and the kids are like, okay, well, these are my, I like this group, or, who knows?
I mean, as long as you guys get $500 to save whatever new version of Sharkeys there is, we won't use any inflation. It'll just be the exact same amount of money. I don't know, like, what about, like, how did you get this audition? Like, I know this might be generic questions, but it's stuff that our fans asked us to ask you. So, like, we're just trying to hit all the bases here, too.
The crazy thing is, I actually turned it down. So I went in a couple times, you know, we hit it off, but my agent's like, you know, I just came off the film Chaplin.
Yeah,
so, you know, I had a little bit of momentum, was picking up, you know, I was getting closer and closer and closer. And I just remember, you know, my agent's like, let's just hold off as I'm in the fetal position, eating ramen noodles, starving, you know, and this opportunity comes, and they went to network, which everybody goes to NBC at the end for final approval. And I didn't go. And then as I'm like, I know that day happened. And I just remember, oh my God, what did I do? And then the phone rings, and it was the casting saying, listen, we didn't find this person. What if we give you this much money? I was like, I'll take it. And my agent's like, what happened to the game plan? And I was like, and thank God.
You played softball, not hardball. It's close enough. It's
yeah. I was like, you know. Yeah.
Well, and can you describe, so where did you guys film the show?
NBC.
In LA, New York?
Yeah, in Burbank, right next to Will Smith, Fresh Prince, Jay Leno.
Yeah. Yep.
It was, my God.
Can you kind of
amazing.
describe, like, was that like a memorable moment when you all kind of show up to set the first time and get to know each other? Like, did you hang out a bit before the show started? Have you made acquaintances?
First time we met. Well, they met actually first because they were in the band, so they had to go to the recording studio.
Oh, gotcha.
So I showed up later, but I'm not even kidding. When we showed up, I had a 1970 green Maverick, dented, windows didn't go up, the exhaust was about to knock me out, and I drove it like a Ferrari right onto the lot. And then after a couple paychecks, I left it in a parking lot and kept the key.
Amazing.
like a dove into the midnight wind.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Did you make good money? Because all the Saved by the Bell kids talked about how they didn't make anything.
If 5 years, if it was prime time, oh man, I would not have to worry a day in my life. You know, I think the most I made at the end was like $5,000 a week.
Okay. And it's not syndication at that point, right?
It was 80 countries.
I mean, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I guess that's something different.
No, I used to run to the mailbox. I walk very slowly now.
We got a golf bag with you. You got to be slow. It's okay.
Oh yeah, but no, man, it was. I mean, for $5,000, I was in my 20s. You know, still great. You know,
you were fine. Yeah,
but
that's like $7 million today. That's great. That's great money.
Yeah, but for regular actors in prime time, like then I would get, you know, when I was testing for shows in prime time, the quote was 15,000.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's low. So
yeah. So it says you were credited on the soundtrack for that first season. Did you like go in and sing some stuff just to get as a composer to that?
It says that?
It does. It's on your credit and your IMDb credits. Yeah.
Well, I hope.
I didn't know I was talking to
a money. No, I was
Tony Award-winning Michael Cade over here.
No, man. Unless I have a twin. No, it wasn't me.
Well, I mean, take it.
I'll take it. Yeah.
It's IMDb.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's like Wikipedia.
I'll take any credit I can get.
What was
go ahead, James. No, it's okay.
All right, great. What was the dynamic like on set with the crew and like you guys as people, like as you get to know each other? Was it like a family vibe, or was it more of a work vibe, or a healthy balance of both? What was the dynamic like?
It was all our first jobs. We were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, man. We were. But the crazy thing is, to this day, we're still close. I'm best friends with Will, Jenny, and Kelly.
I love that.
I know them. I mean, we just had dinner, 2 days ago. So I'm very close with them. Jay's in Australia, and Aaron, to wherever Aaron's from, but
Florida.
But yeah,
Florida.
Yeah, but Will, Jenny, and Kelly, I'm super close with. So we were all just starting out, but a lot of shows, they don't connect like we did. I mean, we are super close, and we've always been close.
That's awesome. You don't get that a lot. We interviewed Michael Aaron, who was on the first season of California Dreams as one of Jenny's. Michael Aaron, he was Jenny's shitty boyfriend in like episode 11 or something. And so he was saying the same thing. He said you guys all seemed like super tight, like right away, and it was a really welcoming atmosphere. So that did permeate, which was great. Is that different for like when you went on a show like Seventh Heaven, where it's like that is prime time? Like, is that a different vibe? Is it cultish? Is because it's
it was
super
very
religious?
different because first of all, it was a drama, and second, I got a taste of what guest stars felt like coming on to something so close. But the thing what we did, and we didn't get this on Seventh Heaven. Everybody was super nice, but when the guest stars would come on us, we would have them in our dressing room. We'd made them feel so at home. So they felt like a part of it. Yeah, going on other shows, which I've been on other shows, I've never seen that camaraderie ever. Like especially at I did which I really loved. What is it called? Something So Right with Jerry Burns and Mel Harris.
But yeah, I saw that.
So I did that for a good run, but still they weren't as close as we were.
We interviewed Zachary Throne, who was the voice of Aaron, and he was also on your sister competitor show, The Heights, up in Canada.
Yep.
And it was the same thing. They because they just had to all kind of work together for these like intense weeks, and they were just living together, and they had to like ride up there together. They just had to form a bond really, really quickly. So did you ever want to be in the band?
Hell yeah, of course.
Did you ask the writers like, yo, is it time yet? Have I put in enough
tambourine?
Effort?
Oh yeah,
tambourine.
Yeah, dude, I would have played skin flute. I don't care. No, I mean, are you kidding? The band was so cool. They had awesome songs, and yeah, of course. But they were definitely the cool guys, and I had to be the standout, comedic. So I got where they were coming from.
Yeah. I mean, but you were constant though, and you're constantly covering. We've had guests kind of ask like, what is Sly's deal? Like, is he in the band? And then I'm like having to defend you a lot of the times.
Nice.
I'm not defending some of the heinous shit that he says, but like, I wish I had a band manager like Sly, because like I got signed to a record label pretty early, and I was like, dude, Sly has done more for this fictional high school band than some of my full-time paid ass managers. Like, you were getting this kid, I don't know how you got a fucking van for this band, but you did, even though it broke down. Like, that's a huge thing. I don't know if you're stealing this thing. I don't know whose name is on the title, but like, good for you, dude.
I had the gift.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things about your character is that it's one of the most fully formed on the show. And, I'm what some might call a curmudgeon, and I, just don't really like things. But frequently, your bits are the funny bits of the episode.
Thank you.
Like your what you bring to this show in many ways, like I said before, it's the through line. It's, I don't know. Again, I don't like a lot of things, and there's a part of me that was like resistant to do this show because I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. This is gonna suck. But I actually love this. And I never saw this show as a kid, so it's kind of fun to go back to that space watching 90s television, but as an adult, and have like a completely fresh take on this. Pete, this influenced a lot of Pete's life. But it's fun to like, again, live through it. But again, like your character, can you talk about how much of it was the writers and how much of it was you? Yes, they tell you kind of what you're going to do, but it's up to you to really sell this and to make it yours,
Because it's not Hamlet. You're like, and if you don't go for it, oh my God, it's mud on your face. And
for sure.
I added a lot, especially just, the slapstick or coming through the door, or pratfalling, or, when I was a model, in the episode, I went for it. And, it's not like that on the paper. One of my favorite episodes is Winkle and Wick's World. If we didn't go...
We just watched that one, and we had a live episode to do it, and we're like, this is such a bizarre episode because like it's so silly, and they know it's very silly, and they're going for it. And because it was you and William doing it, if it was anybody else, it just would have fallen flat as a bad episode.
100%.
But I was like, And I was like, where is this through line? Because I was like, I have so many questions. Like, is this a live show? Like, who's paying for this? Did their parents have to give permission for them to be on
I know.
television? Like, and everyone's just like, just shut up. Just shut up and watch it. It's like 22 minutes. It's for children. And I always have to forget that. I always forget it. So
Yeah.
The scene that you can tell that you really put your balls out there and just like went for it was the beginning of season 3 when everyone's having the nightmares about you and you're going through all the different costumes and scenarios and everything. And
Yep.
it's just so obvious like how much you're just giving everything. And it killed it. I mean, like for something as cheesy as it could have been, you really made it work.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, again, there was moments where I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing?
like what? I need to know. What
you
would
gotta
you
tell
like?
us.
I
Give us some
can't
examples.
do this, or I'm gonna do this because I'm a fucking professional. But you were just like,
Yeah. How about, do you remember when we did a commercial and I was a germ?
We just watched that
Just watched
episode.
last week's episode of that, and I remember that episode because Kelly Packard was like, she said it was one of her favorite episodes, and I was like, oh no, like it's the one where Sly's a germ, and I hadn't seen it when I was a kid, so everybody
my
watched this
God.
with fresh eyes.
That
But
was my first standing ovation where we had to wait until it died down because I was a germ. I'm like, what?
you were a squatting ovation is what you got. That's
So-
great.
But the thing is, just imagine the costumes don't come in until like maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Sure.
So I'm on my knees in a baseball jersey going, it's
We got
not
the live
right.
version of that.
I'm like, this is going to be terrible. But there's something about tape day where, and they would call me loose cannon because during the week I wasn't 100% because I'm still trying to work the stuff out. And they're like, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? And then on tape day, I would
It's
just
go
explode
time.
out of the cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was definitely a germ one. That I went beyond, like I can give you some episodes which are my favorite. If you go back and watch Will behind the camera, completely out of character, just laughing.
Well, yeah, he's playing off of you too.
Yeah,
which
he's laughing
makes
at
it
me.
better. Yeah.
He's not. No, he's the director, so he's supposed to be serious. But he broke character. And then if you go back to where I'm playing Fabio, the model, if you don't look at me, watch Will and Jay. They're completely out of character, turning their heads, laughing. I can't believe they kept it. It's so crazy.
One take Jake right there. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
a consummate professional.
Yeah. We're like, let's just move on.
Yeah. We interviewed him, and he was very much had a lot of nice things to say and stuff, but you could tell he's kind of like grown away from and I guess any like reunion offer that's good enough to get him on a fucking 12-hour plane. I understand,
Okay. I don't know what information you got, but that guy is holding on to California Dreams and Jake Summers for dear life. He's not going
So you just
anywhere.
got the tattoo.
Dude, he's got a fucking tattoo.
I was trying to be diplomatic, but yeah, okay.
He posts every day. And his wife was the president of his fan club. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have anything. I mean, she's a machine. So
That's
both
amazing.
of them together, they have not let anything go.
That's great. I mean, he was there at the New York show where I saw, so I'm glad he got to
Wow.
participate. But how many people would it take to do a reunion show? Like, what's the because I know that one of the Nashville one, maybe it was Nashville or one of them, you only had like 4 of you. Is it still like a good vibe?
Well, they were just testing it out. So they wanted to see. We did a pop-up in LA. Off when I mean, you got to see the line around the block. Which we were like, okay, this is something. I can't believe all these people showed up. When I say sold out in minutes, and it was just awesome. And then that's how it just spiraled from there. And then we were getting paid, so they were like, hey, let's start with you guys first. And then it was successful. And then the next group's like, okay, let's add Diana, let's add Aaron, let's add Jake. But they always ask for me, Jenny, Will, and Kelly first.
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, the Fab Four, if you will. I mean, are you
The
all
OGs.
cooking Are you all cooking something behind the scenes? Can you tell? Like, is there something on the horizon or something? Because we had a theory that maybe you guys were going to start a podcast or something like that, or some kind of reboot.
I mean, I think it's a perfect time right now because it's just good to like I wanted to do a show called Rerun where they remake all the shows from the past with the characters as they are now.
I'd
So
love that. Yeah.
Oh, My
How
God.
great would that be?
Epic. That would
That
be
would be great.
incredible.
Who wouldn't watch that? And then each episode, you still have all the scripts and the actors, and so the NBC, ABC, you wouldn't have to and who wouldn't do that? I would love to see that.
I mean, some of these people have aged so well too.
Well, some don't. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that was
But
that was going to be my next question. Like, is there any part of you that feels incredibly grateful? Like when you look at other people that were in television shows, especially
Man.
younger in life, they didn't end up so good. They definitely didn't love the people that they worked with when they were working with them. They didn't maintain close relationships with them after, long after,
just
lifetime
God doesn't like them.
friendships. Yeah. I guess what I mean to say is, like, do you feel grateful that your experience doing that was as unicorn as it sounds?
100%. It was the greatest experience of my life. It was I got to travel the world first class. I got to feel, I mean, the audience, the live audience was crazy. I would go to Paris and they would know who I am. They don't even speak English, but they would know who I am. I mean, just
You're like Pepe Le Pew over there.
yeah, exactly. And I
I'm
love
surprised I
Pepe.
didn't see Baba Boom,
But
That's
again,
weird.
it's like but which is very scary when you get a taste of that. It's hard to let go. It's like it's really hard to let go. So when it's not coming in, like I never thought I wasn't going to be consistently working. Like I was always working, and then the breaks were hit, and I broke my leg, and I was out for 2 years, and I couldn't get back in for a second. And again, another thing is like when you're auditioning, I did that for like 6 years, and it's a different type of acting. So I'm coming in, and I'm still like, hey, and they're like, it's a drama. Take it down.
Tone it down, buddy. Yeah.
What are you
tone it down.
doing? I'm like, Babu.
So this is a line reading for the red violin. Can you calm down?
Yeah. They're like, I'm right here. You don't need to scream in my face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different shift, but I
Are
wouldn't
you
change.
trying to get back in? I saw that your
it was awesome.
IMDb's
Say again, bud?
active again. I
What?
said you're trying to get back in. I saw your IMDb's active again.
Yeah. I mean, I do like independence, but it's like I'm lucky I have a family. I'm like, I put out the feelers again, and now I'm just like picking and let's see what this brings, because even tell myself if I got back into it right now, I wouldn't even miss a beat. Great, because you think it's like, is it an early person's career? Hounding, going into castings, and you're like, oh my God, but now everything's on tape, so you're at home just doing it. So why not?
Well, it's good you still look like a teenager in like a Grease kind of way, where like you could be a 35-year-old teenager.
And well,
you could
this took me 3 weeks to grow, so I'm just
that's very teenager-like. That's good.
Yeah. So one of the
I'm like trying to hang on to the gray, but if I dye this down, I definitely look alike.
now you got to tell me, because I've commented on a million episodes about how ripped you are. What was your routine? What was it? What were you doing?
A lot of
That was Jay
Amphetamine
Anthony
really makes
Frankie's
me work
answer.
out.
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
great thing. Thank God. I mean, I was surrounded by people doing, that couldn't
Heavy
stop.
shit.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I could have easily, and my mom, God rest her soul, she was an alcoholic, so I could have easily gone down that road, and thank God I didn't. But ever since I was a kid, probably 8 years old, I was really into sports. Like I was a state champ wrestler at 8 years old. So I mean, I hit the gym. I was always
Religiously.
obsessed with working
Yeah.
out and staying fit, and it so just came. I just had that imprint. So it's muscle memory, and I just kept it, and thank God. But I've always, thank God, been shredded and had a good metabolism. And
I love it, dude. Hey, respect. That's
Thank
all
you.
I got to say is
Thank you.
respect.
I
I've
think
commented on
I think
a
now
million episodes.
I think I'm just as good now than as I was before.
You're like Jane Seymour. You've just aged like a fine wine.
Thank you. Here's a toast to my beauty.
We had a couple like rapid fire questions. We don't keep you forever, but
Oh, man, this is fun.
we had a director of photography on, and he systematically went through all your music videos and said this is shot by shot how they would do that. So he surmised that there was the first season intro where you guys are jumping on trampolines. He was like, if they were doing it by union rules, they would have had to get like you would have to do like a stunt day basically to jump on a trampoline, or did you guys just do it gorilla?
Dude, I'll tell you what, I thought the first season was phenomenal. I don't know. Then the second was the cheesiest.
That opening.
When I saw it, I was so pissed off. I think I literally was like,
dirty.
I was like, what the fuck? It was embarrassing. I was like,
Yes.
I go,
And it
"What
didn't match the vibe of the show because you got Jake, like you're trying to be like a cool band, and then that opening, I don't know, it was a bad studio note.
everybody." I mean, Brentley was playing keyboard going like this.
Dude, we love that.
Oh my!
I'm glad he owns it now. He knows it's silly. He DM'd
And then
us a bunch.
I'm like throwing money up. And I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Backwards money. It's
It was
extra
so
cool.
bad. It was so bad. I was furious, actually. You know,
That
and like
intro.
when they leave a take or something, and you know it's not my best performance, and I know I had something better, or maybe somebody else didn't or did or wasn't, I would lose my shit.
Yeah, you're like Kramer. You're like, stop fucking the shot up. Stop fucking the take.
Exactly.
Was there any, like, I almost don't want to know, but like we have a theory that there's never going to be any outside location shots for this entire show. Are we correct? Because it took 3 seasons to see an outside shot, or 2, like the end of season 2 had the first outside shot with the breakup with Jake and Tiffany.
But was
there
it
actually?
Was it really outside?
No,
none of them
really
were.
outside.
I'm asking, are there any actual real outside shots, or do you guys exist in this interstellar Inception universe
You're
where
in the
there's
cave.
no time?
What sucks is because, you know, Saved by the Bell, they
Yeah,
got
they had the Malibu Sands.
I know, man. I wish we had. No, we didn't. We always were just, but we would do multiple episodes in a week, which was tough. So
Yeah, sure.
the audience would leave, and then we would continue on do another one. That was brutal because you put so much energy in the first episode, and then you got to keep it up again, you know, for the second one, which was extremely hard.
So how long were your shooting days?
I mean, because we would do a show in the morning, and then we would do one with a live audience, and then they would leave, so we'd have to wait for everybody to leave, get hair and makeup back on, new wardrobe, and do an entire show again.
Because I've definitely commented on there that like there are days where like all you guys just look exhausted and have bags under your eyes.
I believe it.
You look beautiful.
Which was hard was I don't know, remember the boxing one? There was a boxing episode.
Yes. You guys took out all the band equipment to have a boxing match in the first season in a garage.
So that was completely a second show. Keeping that energy up was, you know, actually the producers were like, that was incredible. You guys didn't even seem like you missed a beat. So good to be young.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd be like, oh, hold on a second.
Wait, did you do 2 tapings, like one in front of kids and one in front of adults? That's what we were told.
No, they were mixed. The kids and adults were.
Okay, so just one app.
But during the day, a lot of adults were in the audience, just family members and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
We were wondering who was like whooping it up when these like teenagers were kissing. We're like, is that adults or is that other kid?
I hope it's not adults.
We're trying to get William James on here. We're gonna pay him for like an hour consult to see what kind of a sociopath you are as a character.
Oh my god!
But he's not. I just thought because he's like an actual doctor now.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. He's so busy, but he actually moved to Chicago. So.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a real doctor, and he's, you know, I would make him a fortune.
So I was hoping you could settle something.
Yeah.
We have this ongoing argument. Is Sharkeys attached to the high school? What's the deal with Sharkey?
I want to see the blueprint for this place.
So I'll tell you what. It was the garage, Sharkeys, and then wait. Oh no, there was 4. There was all the way at the end was the garage, and then there was in the beginning there was Lorena's loft.
Yes. Okay.
Or in the beginning it was the kitchen.
That's the same thing.
And then Sharkeys, and then it was whatever randoms.
Classroom maybe, or
classroom or whatever.
Because Matt Garrett's
Mike,
living room is fucking huge, and we think it's just like we're like, this is definitely maybe the Yeti episode like that because it's that big.
That was like a swing set. they would have to create those on the empty one. But we always kept Sharkeys. We always kept Lorena's loft. We always kept the garage.
But don't bury the lead. Is Sharkeys attached to the school?
Literally, just
in
like
canon.
in the
canon,
show,
is it
in
the
the show,
school
is Sharky's
cafeteria?
supposed to be part of the high school. Okay.
But they're so close. None of them. You guys are always going there, and Tony's working there. I demand answers about like where this
like
is.
even Saved by the Bell did something like they had something like that. The Max.
I know, and they never really explained it either. It's one of those enigmas. Like
You might need help, bro.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this. I'm just getting to it now, but I don't know if you heard that, guys, but we all listened to the sound of Pete's childhood getting destroyed as you were talking about the fact that the
I
sets
think
were
this
right
is the
next
cover
to
up
each
that
other.
people should be talking about, okay? Because Michael still won't answer the question.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
no, it was I mean, in reality, they were right next to each other. But
Of course, yeah.
on the show, we went to Sharkeys.
It was like an off-site location. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was,
'cause
it
we've
was a
just never been
restaurant. It
able
was a
to
full
make-
restaurant.
But there's never old people in it. It's always just kids.
Well,
and it's like during school hours.
Huh? Maybe you're not a fan. You don't remember the old episode?
I remember the old episode. I love it that there's no kids in that episode. Everybody it's the same like customers. They just grew old. I love it.
No. Remember, I was making fun of old people, so they were there. But there was kids, and there was.
The episode where you guys all became old. If it's
I was
in
I was the only one that. Did they all become old?
So we're at the end of season 3. So if it happened 4 and 5, that's
yeah.
totally on me for not getting
yeah.
it. But like when you guys all played old people in one dream sequence or something, you just had like crazy tremors and like beautiful skin, but like you just had gray hair, which I love.
No. There's one episode where I make fun of old people, which is that was a tough one because I'm like,
you're an ageist. I love it.
I'm Sly doesn't hold back. So there was a few where I'm like,
Of all the things that Sly has said, you're like, I shouldn't have made fun of that old geriatric person.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Well, because the reality is they're old,
That's
and
true. Yeah.
and I'm trying to I'm like, look at me, I'm climbing Mount Everest where I'm only climbing one step,
Right.
and they're right there, and I'm like, and I'm going below the belt, so I'm like, oh, shit. But
Yeah.
no, they do a full prosthetic, and I'm completely old. It's a great episode, actually.
Okay. Well, we
Can't wait.
look forward to it. Yeah. So like we're trying to plan stuff for like the next 2 seasons, and I don't know. Like we said, we had a goodbye party for Matt because the writers never wrote him in as like actually leaving the way they did Jenny, and he was.
Well, they
he
were
was
pissed
very
at Matt.
appreciative. Well, because
Yeah.
I think because I don't know if he like waited. It was too short notice to say like I'm leaving and I never got something like that. But
Well, he was the lead
hmm
in the band, and then Jake came in, which was a great dynamic because it was like Happy Days.
yes.
It was, who was it? Richie
Fonzie.
Cunningham.
Yeah.
Jake was the Fonz. Aaron was Potsy and yada yada yada. But and I told him like, dude, be careful. Be careful, man. And he didn't like how the dynamic went, and they're like, okay, bye. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, he's kind of. I think he said that like diplomatically in a couple of the episode, like couple of the interviews that we've seen him. But we're always like, did he leave because he just wanted to kind of focus on music, which we appreciate. But like,
Nah.
I also sensed some tension there too because he was supposed to come over and hang out with us when we were in Nashville. I like flew down and then he ended up not being able to come. I'm like, I bought a California Dreams board game off eBay. What the hell? Who am I going to play this with? Speaking of, I don't know if you can see, I bought a shirtless glossy of you off eBay as well. So somebody's getting rich off here.
Oh, nice, bro. It's definitely not me.
I had the soundtrack in 5 of the books.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we got this California Dreams books. We're
They're
legitly
deep.
into
They're real
you.
deep. Yeah.
I
Oh,
love it.
I have a
love it.
question. We've been trying to get every cast member on just because we want to talk to them like the way we're talking to you. Were you guys aware of us when we started? And
Oh, yeah.
like,
I mean, there was like, the buzz around going, hey, there's this podcast, making fun of our show. But, I was like, great, I love it. Because wait, what was the thing? There was another one, Jump the Shark or something?
Bayside, Go Bayside was so big, and it was talking talking with reverence. Every episode of Saved by the Bell, and then they did Zach Morris's Trash on on Funny or Die, and that like it brought so many new eyes to it, and that's all like we've been trying to do is just show people like, hey, there is this show that ran for 5 seasons you might not have heard of, but like it does have a lot of merit to it. Like,
absolutely, I'll put the word out for Kelly and Jenny. I'll get them to do it.
I mean, that it's just, I also watched every episode of Baywatch during the quarantine, so I was like, oh, I'd love to talk about that with
yeah, my very first acting job ever.
I saw. I remember that episode. It's such a fucking weird fake shark attack episode. That's, I mean,
so weird.
We've seen all your stuff. We're your biggest fans.
I really wanted to watch MILF Money, and I can't find it anywhere.
Your stuff is hard to find.
I don't think I could find it.
We were gonna like watch The Devil's Dozen together, like a sideshow kind of thing.
Nice. So what other nitty gritty questions? Let's make fun of the show. I'll make fun of it.
I mean, so I have a question. It's so niche, and so there's an episode where you are living with the Garrisons for some reason, because your parents go away or something. Because we never see your parents. We think like,
oh yeah, no, you do.
Okay. Well, don't spoil anything.
Yeah.
So there's this scene where you have this bowl of ice cream and you're typing on the computer, and then the next scene you're typing on a typewriter. And I made a video about it, and I was like, I think because you placed it so precariously on the computer, I was like, God damn it! Like, I think this thing was supposed to fall and destroy the computer, and that's why you're typing on a typewriter and annoying Matt in the next scene, and it was cut.
Yeah. I just know that, I got to stay there, and then I was treating them all like my servant or something. Or I did that with Jenny too, because Jenny, I think she was a foreign exchange student and she was staying there. And, I made her my slave, which was crazy. But no. After the third season, it gets really good. You meet my dad. I have a gambling problem.
I mean, that's not fun.
That's on brand. Yeah, that's on brand.
I sell the band's equipment.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're hoping for more band stuff because, like, we're like,
and the music gets really good as well.
Hey, I mean, we have the tape. We know. Trust us. So, nice. I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think is like the thing that you took away from the show that like affected your life the most? Like, was it friendship? Was it the experience? Was it getting to be play the unhinged character? What was it that like you took away from the show? Because it sounds like you speak of those times very highly. You still have really great friendships with everybody. What's the biggest thing you learned from that experience?
Means that people knew my name.
It's like, now I just picture you at your home at like There Will Be Blood at the end with the bowling alley, getting ready to just like name someone.
I mean, man, so I'm like reliving it. Taking me right back to it. Just pulling into NBC, in our spot, and then just playing, like doing a television show. I mean, you know how rare that is?
Yeah,
it is so rare.
For
it's
sure.
so hard to do, and I got to do that. And not only just for like, a minute, I got to do it for years. And I thought, I gave it my all. And I honestly, the reaction of people and, me leaving the imprint on people, that's what it was all. I mean, it's so special. It was really incredible. Because imagine I was like on a show that just was a flop, and it just that was your only experience. But this was, I got to do the greatest comedy that is so, it's rare. A lot of characters aren't written like Cy was.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That was the gift. And for me not to hold back and to grow, because at first I had to learn timing, and they had to tell me to wait for this or wait for that. I didn't know. I was just saying lines. And then they taught me so much on, comedic timing. And then when I got it, I really got it.
Well, I mean, you have such a range. Next week, we're doing the steroids episode. So, I mean, we are just so excited because there's a couple of these very special episodes. And we're like, they handled that with as much care as they possibly could, in that time frame.
A good one as well. I mean, there's so many good ones and there's so many bad ones, but there's, more good than bad.
What to you are like, what's your Mount Rushmore of episodes?
Like the Goo Goo Moo guys. And actually, it's so funny. The second episode ever, the Sly Who Came to Dinner, where I hid under the bed and I was taking notes.
We made a whole video about that episode. Yeah.
Okay, and the funny thing is, you could see at the end of the thing, and not only that, I got to experience the audience. like they, you know, they erupted and like laughed and like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, this is, because the first season, I wasn't featured. It was all about the band and I had a couple lines here and there, but the second one was all me. And then I was like, whoa, this is, I like this.
Yeah.
But if you watch the very end of that episode, we did takes before, and Jenny found out that I was spying on her, and that's how I got it. I wore the suit and stuff, and she spilled soup on me and all that stuff. And we did a take. We had to clean myself up, remove the shirt, but they forgot to clean up a wet spot on the floor. So as she spills it on me, and I'm like, and then I remember her pouring the soup on me, which wasn't hot, and me going, and then her putting the cold on me. So the switch of hot to cold, and the audience really loving that and taking my time with the timing and the beats. But I got up and I'm like, I'm Jenny, I'm sorry. And as I go around, I hit it and it takes me out, and I don't even make it to the door, and I come flying and I crash down and everything falls down on me, and the audience is going nuts. And of course, Will is like laughing. But if you watch right before, they stop right before I get to the door.
They do. It's a weird freeze frame ending. I remember that. It was just such a Scooby-Doo thing.
I hit a puddle and I go flying.
Yeah, well, they don't.
Again, that was the second episode. And we did that you haven't seen yet, which is really good, who's a fantastic co-star, where I become a used car salesman. And me and this other guy are selling cars and lemons. And, my friends are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm making so much money. But it's a great episode.
Well, I mean, so we're gonna try to wrap up, but like, what would Sly's character be doing now? Like, where do you see that character had he gone on?
Probably a music manager, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even in this dying music world as it is now.
Yeah, I'm still hanging in there, or, spawning kids and trying to pimp them out.
I think, let's be honest, Sly would have invested heavily in Bitcoin and lost a lot, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He would have NFTs on the wall. I'm pretty sure.
It's so funny because I would be so rich right now. I had Bitcoin at 10,000.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so impatient, and it was so volatile that I lost my mind. I was in and out, like, I don't know how many times, but if I would have just left it, my God.
I tried to buy Bitcoin at $8.
No way.
It was so impossible to buy, I gave up.
Oh my God, man. What did I have? I had so much money in Doge, and like where it wrote, this is a joke. And I put all my money in it, and I was like, this is a joke. Took it out the next day. It went through the moon.
Skyrockets.
Yeah.
I'm so impatient. That's a problem.
Yeah. So do you play any music, any instruments or anything? Or
Yeah, I wish. I remember breaking my leg one year. I went into the Guitar Center like 3 times and was so overwhelmed, I left with nothing.
Even seasoned musicians are overwhelmed at that
That is
place.
a hellscape. Yeah, that is a true hellscape.
It's just, I don't have the patience, but man.
Every tour we go on, we're like, please don't want to go to Guitar Center, but eventually somebody fucking leaves a drum stick or something. Like, we have to go in. There's just no way around it. It's awful.
I'll never forget my mom. I came home from school one day and there's a piano with a teacher. And I'm like, I'll waste your money. I'm not playing piano. Do you know how bad I would love to play piano?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Are you kidding me? So she got rid of the piano and the teacher.
The poor teacher. She's
I know.
homeless now.
She's like, what do you want me to do? Because I was so into sports,
Yeah.
Who plays piano?
I know.
Old people
You
play
hate old
piano when
people.
they
You
can't
said it on
play
record.
sports.
You're awful with old
I
people.
know. And the funny thing is, my stepdad tried to get me into golf, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with golf.
Yeah. Do you like miniature golf too, or is it just like actual slow golf?
It's actual golf, but good miniature golf.
I mean, do you like hustle people in miniature golf? Are you particularly good at that?
Well, I mean, because they're not even. That's a family event, but I hustle them on the real course. That's for sure.
Okay, well, good for you, man. I mean, I would love to have you back and do one of these episodes. Like, if you pick like one of the episodes from the 4th season, and you're like, I want to fucking talk about that. Like,
Well,
please let us
it's a
know.
good idea. What we could do is, which I always loved as a kid. We could watch a show and narrate the show with jokes, and I could pull
Like
out
riffing, yeah,
things
for sure.
on
Yeah,
the
we can do
show,
that.
going, look at here, look at there. This is what happened here. I was, we
Oh,
can
and like
make fun of it.
commentary. That's what we're talking about. We would love to
Yeah.
do like kind of a live
I'm
episode
so down
for
for
our
that.
fans, and just because we don't know, we're pontificating and kind of guessing about what might be going on behind the scenes. And
Pete has so many conspiracy theories about this show.
I'm holding back.
He's got a whole Reddit thread about the conspiracies from this show. It's crazy.
It's weird
I'm
that
glad you
nobody's
came on.
responding.
I'm glad you came on because you ruined this guy's life. The least you can do is give
That's
him an hour
true.
interview.
That's true. I'm putting a bullseye on that glossy behind me now. How dare you?
But yeah,
Absolutely,
would be-
I'll come back on,
that-
and I'll get Kelly and Jenny to do it as well.
I mean, that'd be amazing. Just because, like, I really appreciate their work, and because we've definitely gotten some messages from some of these fan clubs being like, "You guys are mean," and we're like, "But you're like, you're focusing on the 2% of the time that we're like kind of shit talking. The rest
Yeah,
of we're
it's-
doing a show about it."
There's so much
Yeah.
shit. There's so much to shit talk about. So why not?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
and-
so
and
easy
kinda
to look
like-
at the 90s and go, ugh.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
It's okay.
lazy to
It's
just shit all over
2025.
it.
It's okay. And to Pete's point, like, I don't do shit I don't want to do. My time is very valuable to me. So committing time, like I legitimately commit time to watching the episode before we sit down to then record this episode.
Mhm.
I do like this show. I really do. If I
Honestly,
didn't, I
so
wouldn't
do
do
I.
this,
Like if I watch it or on YouTube or I come across it, nothing but joy comes out of me. And
Yeah.
I can cringe as well, but it was fun. It was a thoughtless television, which
It does seem like that. That's infectious too. It's infectious to like see that you guys actually had a good time.
Oh,
And if you have any fucking DVDs that are like high quality, because like the fucking YouTube ones are potato quality,
Yeah,
please
they're
send
garbage.
it because we want to see like the nuances of this show that was meant to
know.
be seen.
Jay definitely does.
Dude,
That
and
guy's
he's
got
holding them.
that guy. He's got a shrine.
He didn't show us his shrine when we talked to him. He was just very nonchalant about it. This is very surprising that he was so
When
invested.
you-
Little,
We didn't even talk about the show. We spent the whole time talking about music.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to you, is there like a particular movie outside of California Dreams that you're proud of that you tell people like go see this, like you want to see some range or
there's a film
something?
called The Haven.
Okay.
Yeah, we did it. That was we were shot in Vermont. That was really good. It was heartwarming. What else? I mean, Rain from Stars was a good one too.
I saw that on your sizzle reel. Yeah, that looked
Yeah,
interesting
that
with
was
French
Brian
Stewart. Yeah.
Crouch and- yeah, that's a good one as well.
Okay. Put it on a
Cool.
rotation. We got some stuff planned for the in-betweeny season kind of stuff, and James is having a baby soon, so
Nice, congratulations.
he's
Thank you,
showing right
sir.
now. So yeah, it's kind of about to get kind of crazy for him. But thank you so much for like kind of squeezing this in before the holidays. We're definitely gonna have you back. Please let us know
Yeah,
what
let
episode
us-
you would like.
Let's Mystery Science Theater 3000 an episode of your
Yeah,
choosing.
exactly. Of
Please,
your
that
choosing.
sounds
We don't talk
fun
about.
as hell.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
It'll be
So
it-
thanks for spending some time with us. Please, I don't know, have a great holiday. Thanks for making time. Again, we're here at Surf Dudes with Attitude. Please contact us at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com and follow our socials. Give us a like and subscribe, all that nonsense. Please follow Michael Cade on Instagram. Is that cool? Is that
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok. I'm doing a thing right now. It's funny. On Instagram and TikTok, something just told me to do it, and I'm just doing it for me. But it's called Walk and Talk. And I'm just
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we know the walk and talk.
just spewing stuff that I've learned through my journey with shamans and healers, and I'm a very spiritual person. So if I can affect somebody, hey man, why not?
I'm affected. Thank you. Both good and bad. But anyway, we don't know when this is going to release, but please check that out. Please check us out. Thanks for listening. And until next time, everybody drive carefully. The Matt Garrison famous line.
And on the count of 3, Surf Dudes with Attitude.
Bob
That's
Boom.
why I wasn't in the band.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
This has been a Waning Moon production.